Oh hey, I should switch the thing. The timer ran out. What's going on, everybody? We got Donald, we got Build It Funky, Darren. Welcome, welcome. We're going to be running some more trains again. And I was just hunting up this PDF, so I didn't realize the timer had run out. I don't think I was too far off. But we're here, we're going to be looking at the AB11, which is the Norris Yard to 32nd Street turn. And it looks like the way this save is set up, we're already at 32nd Street. So we're going to be exploring this local, kind of figuring out everything. I've had a little bit of look around, so I've got a sort of idea of what we're supposed to do. But we're just going to hop in and figure it out. So I am running the save that that comes with the DLC route. What's it called? AGS World Save. Best ever, gonna love it. And then I started with that, and then I've got my own save that, you know, as I progress, I save it off as Kerbo, but it started out as the one that comes with the map. Or the route, whatever you want to call it. So we're sitting here, we're near, let me get this set up. We're over here near 32nd Street Yard. And we've got to do a little bit of running around, picking up cars, dropping off cars, that kind of thing. So the way I understand it, this train comes over here from Norris Yard, and it's bringing cars for the BNSF interchange. So there's a train waiting here to gather up these cars. And I think maybe these are all stuff that it's dropping off. So if I look over, I'm going to be doing a lot of going back and forth here between those. So we got JSI. Actually, no, some of these are industry drop-offs. Interesting. Okay. Well, let's go back to run 8. Let me pull this up. Do I have... Yeah, I do have this on my sheet over here. I'm going to get that where I can maybe see it. So we got ONS, SMC, GSI, maybe... Oh, these are drop-offs. Okay, so we do have some drop-offs. Fun. So that means if I hit... is it Shift L? No, Control L. There we go. That's not it. Right Control L. There it is. The switch list. Okay, so I do have setouts. Never mind. So we got setouts for GSI, ERS, and DPC. So do I have anything else on here? Looks like these might be all set out. Oh, there's an MAC Atlanta. I think maybe these are drop-offs. Why can I not move? Oh, I've ran into this before. Sometimes when I Alt-Tab, it loses track of which button. There it is. It's just a Run 8 Linux thing. We're back in action. Of course, we got a bunch of pickups. But it looks like the first 1, 2, 3, 4 cars are for this BNSF train over here. So I wonder if we should stick those on this track, maybe? Playing some Railroader. How's it going, Nick? So I believe this train is what takes those cars away. So let's start with that. It gives us a starting point. And then if I turn industry tags on. Yeah, so ERS and DPC are right here, right next to us. So those can be switched out fairly easily. So I might as well drag the cars up to here. Okay, so there's 2 gondolas, and then the yellow bellies is our stuff. Got it. Oops. Alrighty, let's get started. We'll make something happen. Maybe. So I probably want this guy to be a Save position. We'll be dropping stuff into this track, so we'll set that up as 2. So just like the last, you know, couple streams on Run 8, I've not run these locals before, so there's a lot of learning going on. It'll be kind of slow-paced, since I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, that'll get us back into that, and then let's go way back over here. We'll set up under 4 right here for now. Alright, that gives me some safe spots to bop around in. So let's go back up here. And I need to pull forward a bit, and then we'll drop the train here, and we'll stick those other cars over on this track. I think that'll work. Because we're off the main. So if I pop up in the air here real quick. So the main, I think, is it these two, maybe? Yeah, I think it's these two. You want to be playing Railroader? Yeah, Railroader's good fun. So I think that's the main. Yeah, that fouls that track. Oh, it fouls that track. Interesting. So the dispatcher map is not to scale or anything? So does this change anything? No. Woodland Junction. So I'm not sure where that goes. Once we get those done, we have to come down to here. This is like a branch that we have to work. So we will be getting onto this stuff at some point. Hey Brandon, just started playing Run 8. Yeah, it's the bomb. Yeah, there's a lot of cab interaction. Just not starting and stopping locos on some of the older Jeeps, but it's not obvious. But you can click around on the stuff in the cabs. It'd be nice if it was a little more obvious. Are we not on top of this? Oh, it's clear over on the other screen. Got it. So that's clear down there. So this Inslee branch is where we're going out to switch. Just getting the lay of the land. What's up, Lyndon? Welcome. Happy Sunday. All right, let's zoom back over here to our train. Let's actually move a train. How about that? Instead of just learning stuff. Let's move a train. Let's see. I've not moved this yet. It looks like it's set up, so I'm going to hit F5. Take off all the handbrakes. Got the locos on, so we're going to release the train brake. We're going to get our headlights on dim. Get the bell going, because we're going to be moving. See if we can't ease this thing forward. It's moving forward, that's a good sign. We don't need to get going too fast because we need to stop these cars about right in here-ish. Did I switch that? Oh, that one doesn't get switched. We're good. So yeah, we got these two, and then this guy is not coming with us. Alright, did I let the slack run in enough that we can pull the pin? Of course not. Why would I do something silly like that? Okay, we'll set a couple well, maybe 3 handbrakes. Then we're gonna need to back up just a touch. Pull the pin. Whoops. Oh, we got a train on the other side. Hey train, how's it going? Oh. I got so excited by the train. I didn't throw the angle cock. Well, we're off to a great start. So that's how you blow the emergency. Just showing you all how to do that. So it's not obvious where to click, but you can click and move stuff in the cab. It's just really super awkward. All right, reverser is in neutral. Full application and 60 seconds to reset. Yeah, I got to get my head in the game. It's been a super busy weekend. This is the first time I've had to really sit down and relax. And yeah, my head's not in the game yet. Yeah, exactly, Darren. Just so I can show you guys. I completely forgot. I assume the reset's the same procedure in these newer locos. If it is, this should start flashing here in a little bit. Oh, train brake handle to release. There it is. It doesn't flash like the other one. The older stuff flashes the light. This one pops up a message on there. Got it. He's moving on through. Alright, let's try that with less stupidity this time. So we need to come up past this switch so we can get back on the other line, which means we need to throw this guy. And we have plenty of headroom to go in that direction. Yeah, I thought about doing a Railroads Online in 2026 video, but I've got too many other games that I actually care about to play, so we'll see, maybe someday. I do still get asked occasionally why I don't play. Well, because it still sucks. It's super buggy. It's never finished. Got abandoned. I got a post removed on the Steam discussion for telling somebody that it was abandoned. Like, no, we're still working on it. Yeah, whatever, chief. It's been like 2 years since they had an update come out. It's abandoned. It's dead. You can say you're working on it, but if you ain't got any proof, that doesn't work for me. Uh-oh. What did I do wrong? I forget to throw the other switch? Oh no, we're good. I'm just dumb. Man, I tell you, my head's not in the game. This is what you get when you go 100 miles an hour all weekend and then you sit down to try to relax. I sometimes know what I'm doing when I'm playing Run 8. Sometimes. I was looking at this switch and thinking I had thrown it, not thrown it right. We're good. We're all good. Yeah, it's pretty funny. I think I took a screenshot of it. They removed my answer to the guy because I violated the community guidelines. They're very sensitive about people calling them out on their BS. All right, let's close the angle cock. How about that? So we don't empty the air out of the engines. Set a couple handbrakes. Now those have been dropped off for the BNSF train to pick up. I'm really not used to switching with these big road locos. That's kind of what's odd about the locals on this branch or this route is you tend to be switching with these giant road locomotives, which have really slow response time. It's quite odd. The least important, yeah, I mean, whatever. It's their community. They can manage it how they want. Okay, so we have all these set out. Wondering if I could put those here for now. So if I pull all these guys out that are coming out and put them in here, and we could drop these guys in where they go. It might be the play. I don't think we manage this guy, do we? Was that BFB? No, we don't do anything with BFB. That switch is right. All right, we'll shove the pickups back into there then. And I'm pretty sure these are all getting picked up. None of them are labeled for the industry, right? Yeah, it looks like they're all good. And these are empty, so they're receiving full tankers. Got it. All right. I'm going to keep stuff kind of turned off just for the immersion, but got to check things once in a while. So we need to come here to, was this 3? Yeah. So we'll start grabbing these. Just need to grab all these tankers out of here. Start heading this way without even looking. That couldn't possibly go wrong. I don't know, do they have their bell going the whole time if they're moving around doing this stuff? I don't actually know. I don't know if I have a favorite, Brandon. I kind of bounced around between them. I guess I'm kind of partial to SoCal just because I own like a lot of the branch lines. I'm a big fan of running locals. But I like them all. I've got the Fitzgerald. I've got this one. I kind of bounce around. So I don't really have a favorite. Sorry. These big road locos are so powerful, and they've got really slow response time, so it's a little bit of a trick to do like local work with them. Down. Dadnabbit. I was so close. Mere inches from coupling up. All right, let's see if we can bump it in there. There we go. Okay, these were empty, so I think we'll just pull them out. Once we get a few on here, we'll put some air in it. We'll just take the handbrakes off. There's no air in anything, so we can just pull them on out of here. Yeah, exactly, Darren. Takes a little finesse. The belt kind of drives me nuts. I'm going to turn it off. I don't know what the actual process is. Doink. Yeah, boy, look at that. I'm winning today. Wait about 4 seconds, 5 seconds for the engine to spool up. Let's try even putting it in reverse when we back up. See how that works out for us. Yeah, SoCal is big, even just, you know, what comes with the base game. It's over 200 miles of mainline, I think. Alrighty, let's take handbrakes off. Just pretend like I'm walking to each car and spinning the wheel. Chef's get them out of run 8. You can do a lot with just the base game. You know, the $50 gets you a lot. And then what I've done is just over the years, you know, I'll grab a car pack here, a little branch route there, and slowly build it out for the stuff I want. Alright, next time we grab cars, we should probably throw some air on here. Getting kind of longish. Alright, that's those two tracks. Now we need to grab those two. So we're going to come all the way out of here. Luckily we're not on a huge grade. We need to go back out through this switch and then down. And we'll throw about 10 pounds on the locos. That'll bring that to a halt, no problem. And then we need to come up through here. So we need to throw that one, and we'll grab those cars. Time isn't the thing you have. Yeah, I hear you, man. Like I said, this is the first time I've had to sit down and relax this weekend. We're getting my son moved back to college. Just got a lot of stuff going on. And it turns out he forgot a bunch of stuff, so I told him he got a freebie. I took stuff down today. I said, next year, you're not getting this. Need to make a list. He had a list. I guess he didn't have some stuff on the list. I don't know. Super, super bright kid. Got a perfect on the ACT. But some of the day-to-day type stuff, he doesn't always remember. So I drove to his college and back yesterday, and I drove to his college and back today. It's not too bad. It's about an hour 45. Sometimes 2 hours if there's traffic. So it's not terrible, but it did take up a lot of my day today. You get caught up on chat. I apologize if I've missed stuff. Okay, I'm going to just hit F5. That'll get rid of all the handbrakes. Make sure my F7 is still set. Yeah, just air hoses. So I'm going to hit F7. I'll get all the air hoses hooked up. Let me get this thing pumping air, and then I'll make sure I'm caught up on the chat. You can actually, like, interact by clicking, but it's a little tough sometimes. The easiest way is just to click on a coupler, and then you got all the stuff. You can close the angle hock, you can disconnect and connect the air hose, set the handbrake, pull the coupler pin, fix a broken coupler, imbue for the engines, throw a flag or something on there. You can just throw a flag on. That kind of thing. But you can walk up and click on things if you want to. Just talking amongst yourselves? Excellent. Just don't want to feel like I'm ignoring you guys. Alright, let's get some air going into here. And we're in neutral. We'll give her a notch. Make sure the compressor can spin up all the way. And we'll partially open that. We'll keep an eye on our flow rate here. So that starts coming down usually below 100 or 90 or so. I'll go ahead and open it all the way. Yeah, it looks like that's good. So let's open that all the way. We'll let it fill up with air. All right, brake pipe's good. Auxiliary reservoir is coming up. Okay, favorite map. I answered that. And yeah, it takes forever to spool up. Yeah, there's a lot to explore, Darren, once you have all the territories. I've got most of SoCal. I think there's maybe 2 routes that I don't have. Possibly 3. But I've slowly built it up to where I've got most of SoCal. So I could run all the way down into LA. Haven't been down to LA for a while. There's a ton of switching. If you like switching, there's a ton of switching down in LA as well. But there's plenty on just the base game route. Yeah, the Run 8 cars are pretty ugly, Brandon. So I would just, every once in a while, I'd buy a car pack. So I've got most of the freight cars now, since I run a lot of mixed freight. Also, I have a little bit of a fingernail I missed when I was cutting it. It's okay. That's why I keep a Swiss Army knife in my desk drawer. Such a hillbilly sometimes. Hey, this user is 404. Yeah, I don't think they're really doing the dovetail thing because everything works. It's just an extra way for them to make a little cash. This is not their main gig. They just kind of do this out of passion, from what I understand. They all have jobs and families and stuff. It's a very niche game for sure. So I like the fact that you have everything in the base game. All the cars, all the locos, everything works the way it should. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, let me find... Yeah, here's a good example right here. So I don't know what the numbers are exactly, but maybe half of the stuff in the base game has an actual like skin, like this bulkhead flat car. Everything else that you don't have a skin for will look like this. So it'll be a generic Run 8 boxcar. It will be the correct weight, and it will be stretched or shrunk, whatever the case may be, to be the correct length. So physics-wise and operational-wise, it'll behave how it should. It just doesn't have a skin. So you can buy different skin packs. So I think it's just like... When I was buying them, I think there were 3 mixed freight packs. There might be more now. But so over the years, I've slowly bought, $10 skin packs here and there, $20, whatever they are, to fill these out. But you can see I don't even have all the skin packs. So here's a little short car. There's a longer car. And I noticed when the Amtrak was going by, I don't have any Amtrak stuff. It's all Run 8 boxcars behind the Amtrak, the generic Run 8 passenger loco. But anyway, we should have some air. Let's check our car on the end here. Yeah, it looks like we got the reservoir up above 70 pounds, so that is considered a release. We can go ahead and ease on out of here. Oops. Hey, Rybuds, this is Run 8 Railroad Simulator, and it is not on Steam. There's a lot of links in the description of the stream if you want to go check them out. Run8studios.com. Website looks a little dated. Don't let that scare you off. It is the railroad simulator for North American railroading. There's nothing else that even comes close as far as simulating a railroad, physics, air brake systems, all that good stuff. I should have been getting my brakes on. Gonna be a little late on the brake application, but we'll eventually stop. Whoa, horsey! I was jawing instead of paying attention to my train. Alright, I got 3 more tankers to pick up. We'll have that done. Playing some Sim World 6. Nice, Donald. I put enough air on there. I'm not sure I can move these empty cars. Let's try. I guess I can. All right, cool. Well, let's leave the air on. We'll hear the brakes protesting a little bit, but that's okay. Oh, did Spur do the number 8 skins? Nice. I knew he'd done some. I didn't ever look into what he'd actually done. That's Spur Gaming here on YouTube. If you want to go check him out, he does a lot of good content, including some Run 8. And he's done some work on Run 8. I think he did some stuff back in the day, didn't he? On some of the map, maybe? I forget exactly. Yeah, he's been a little bit involved as like an artiste, I think. And he's a former railroader as well. So when you watch his Run 8 videos, he actually knows what he's doing. I just like to play with trains. I don't really know what I'm doing. Alright, don't lose your momentum. And it's tricky with these big road locos because they've got such a big spool up time. That ought to do her. Beautiful. Okay, we got 3 of these guys here. Let's knock off the handbrakes. That slack run out. I'm going to attempt to hook up the air hoses. Nope. I watch Warren Von Ross do this like all the time. Just dink and he just does it. I never can hit the air hoses. Since he's got 3 cars, I'll actually go do it instead of just hitting F7. So there we go. Connect up that air hose. Connect up that air hose. And we need to close the angle cock in the back here if it's not already closed. There we go. Click, got that. We come up 1, 2, 3. And we need to get some air in these cars. Keep an eye on that flow rate. There we go. Okay, independent set. Go ahead and do a release. How many cars are we up to now? 14 cars. Cool. So that is all the tankers picked up. I'm going to hop in the cab here because I want to make sure we don't overrun. So we do have quite a bit of train now. Hey, user 404. I'm on WN13, and no, I didn't really have to do anything special. I used Lutris as a wrapper around wine and just pointed it at the installers, and it worked fine. To get it installed, then I just pointed at the main executable to run it. So I've got a few shortcuts in Lutris to like run the updater or run the main game. Or run, was it external consist editor? There's a few other utilities that I run that work just fine as well. It's going to make sure you're installing the utilities in the same wine context. You have no idea what I just said. Don't worry about it. It's just Linux things. All right, we can go down to about here-ish. Without interfering with anything. So I'm going to see where are we at. So we need to come down. Actually, we are past the switch we need to be past. We got plenty of room. Cool. In that case, we can just clean up our switches. We can come on back. And for now, we're just going to shove these cars back here, and then we're going to put our set. Actually, I need to pick up these box cars. I forgot about that. We're going to pick up these box cars, and then we'll shove everything back here on this track. Yeah, Warren's a magician when it comes to just using the click ability. He makes it look easy. That's another Run 8 YouTuber, if you guys are not familiar. Warren Von Ross. He does a lot of stuff. Was it NS Horsehead ST70? He's one of the OGs. Oleander's Gaming Emporium. I'm not sure if he's done any Run 8 lately, but I watched a ton of his videos when I was learning. And then there's Kung Fu Beer. He streams, I think, every Sunday. He streams some Run 8 on a regular basis. Unlike me. Yeah, user 404. If you're not familiar with Lutris, it's kind of just makes it easier to set up wine stuff. It has a nice GUI, Lutris, Lutris, and any like major Linux distribution should have that available. Okay, are these full? No, these are also empty. All right, cool. In that case, I'm not even going to bother putting air in them because we're going to drop them off. I've got plenty of air in the rest of the train. Here comes the slack. I love the physics in this game. So good. Wait for me! You can hop on the stirrup. A little bit of air in the train will help it with the independent. Just ease to a stop. All right, now I can shove back into there. Whoops. Spacebar kind of stuck there for a minute. Hey, what's up, Brian? How's Bob today? You know, I forgot to check in with Bob. He's probably mad at me right now because I'm going a little fast. We'll check in with Bob here in just a minute. Looks like we're pushing slightly uphill, so we can let gravity help us slow down. Forgetting to turn the bell off. Yeah, 10 was fine. I thought we were gonna keep accelerating, but it slowed right down as soon as I took the power off of it. So we're all good. This to a stop with a little bit of train brake, or independent, I mean. Got a decent amount of braking power here with these big guys. Couple ES44 DCs. Yeah, that'll work. Alright, let's get a bunch of handbrakes set. These are all empty, but it's a decently long train, so make sure we set some handbrakes. Close you off. We got just a little bit of slack there, unfortunately. Oh, I took it off too quick. You gotta let it ramp up and then come right back off of it. And pull the pin before it settles forward again. Okay, now we got all these pulled in, so we can start doing some set outs. Let's hop in the cab. Oh yeah, we can't see Bob in this loco because it's too tall. And then we need to hook back on to those cars. He's mad at me. He won't even look at me. I'm such a disappointment to Bob. Oh, there is, Raven. You can hit F5 to release all handbrakes. You can hit, I think it's Shift F5 to set handbrakes on everything. If you want to. If you're in a panic, hit Shift F5, it'll put handbrakes on everything on the train. Okay, let's stay outside. We'll bring her on back. I love triggering people in the comments with "go ahead and bring it on back." Nice ambiguous terminology. I didn't even take it out of forward. Whoops. No wonder Bob won't talk to me. Yeah, there's a lot of handy little shortcuts like that in Run 8. It's very customizable. Like F7, I have it set for just air hoses, but you can also have it fill up the air and set all the angle cocks appropriately. Needs more cowbell. No, it doesn't. It's got plenty of cowbell. Let's turn the cowbell off. Yeah, we're going to go for a hard couple this time. I've been stopping too short. Here we go. Okay, we're back onto this guy, and let's go take a quick look. So I believe, yeah, it's got the boxcars on the back for this track. And then it's just a bunch of tankers. And then those guys are JSI, which I think is down here somewhere. Yeah, that's this scrapyard. So we need to keep the gondolas on us for now. Oh, I didn't put the air in that. I got way ahead of myself. Yeah, if you don't want to go to each car and bleed them, you can use keyboard shortcut. That's another good one. Alright, I'm going to hit F7. We'll hook up all the air hoses. We're going to open that partial. Put you in neutral, give you a notch so we can pump lots of air. Back below 100, open that all the way. Did I? I didn't bottle the air on this, did I? Nope. Did have a brake application on those, so you can see the brake cylinders coming down as the reservoirs fill up. Made that mistake last time too. Go set. Did I hook that up as number 4? I did. Alright, cool. So we're tucking that boxcar right back in there. And if I hop back in the cab for a minute, I think we basically need to go down almost to the end. We'll just do that in cab. Nope, he's still mad at me. Let's just Let's just be quiet over here. So if you're new to the channel, that's Bob, my conductor. And normally in the older Jeeps, he's like looking right at me because the seat's sideways. And he has a very judgmental look on his face. And his mustache is very disappointed in everything I do. So it's kind of just a running joke here. That's Bob. Oh, and this is the end of the line where I'm supposed to be stopping. Worst engineer ever. Whoa, horsey! We're good. That frog might need a little repair, but we're good. How's it going, Thorn? Yeah, Bob's lazy. He makes the new guy do everything. Hey Jeff, I'm not too sure about servers. I know there's servers out there, but I don't know anything really about them as far as beginner friendly or anything. We're not quite forward enough, so we are gonna have to get out on that other track a little bit. Come back here to my train. I think we determined that's one of the main lines, right? How much trouble am I gonna be in here? They're going that direction. And I'm showing on the main because I made an oopsie. All right. I was trying to remember who had servers. I know the depot used to have a public server. I don't know if they have that anymore. Where it's not really managed, but can I get mainline authority? Mainline authority granted. All right, cool. Thank you, Otto. Now that we have the switch thrown, we need to ease up a little bit. Yeah, go for it, Darren. If you guys know a good beginner-friendly servers, feel free to drop them in the chat. I know I've seen like some YouTubers that have servers, and I just can't think off the top of my head who has one these days. Let me go to the back of my train, and yeah, we're good now. Let's just put a little bit of independent on, and you guys in the yard shop need something to do. They can replace all my brake pads. It's job security. They don't have the public server anymore. Yeah, I was thinking they had shut it down. Maybe it was too much trouble to run, I'm not sure. They have a private server where you have to get like a check ride to and keep current. It's not hardcore, but it's very like prototypical. If I had the time, I'd 100% be playing on the depot, but I don't have the time. Truckin' FF. I don't think I've heard of that. I could have done some fancy stuff. I didn't get set up for that. It's not necessarily prototypical these days. I could have kicked this car loose and had it roll back into there. You can do stuff like that. It works. Also, if you're going to put air on, you need to make sure your throttle is notched up, which I did not do, but we... Oh, what we're gonna do. Yeah, we didn't quite get the engine to a stop. There we go. Push, push. Truck and firefighter. Okay, cool. Let's not get too carried away here, train. It's problem with these big road locos. Once they get spooled up, man, they will shove your train through a building without even thinking about it. Thorn is waiting for maintenance away on Railroader. Yeah, me too. Looking forward to that. And Jeff works for PTI, an over-the-road driving role, helping BNSF and Canadian Pacific up in North Dakota. Cool. Yeah, I've always loved trains. I'm not like a huge train fan that knows all about trains. I've just always liked them. And I mess around with trains and run a railroader. Used to do some railroaders online. Done some Derail Valley. Alright, how far do we need to be back in here? This is probably good. Yeah, the whole track is marked for the industry, so that's... oh, crap. It really started pushing hard. I'm glad I had air on the train already, or we would have... yeah, that would have been bad. That would have been real bad. Alright, we can't open the coupler, of course. I'm going to keep the air on the train. I think that would be a good idea. And let's get some power on. I need to just kind of ease up on this. Take the pressure off so I can pull the pin. That's why it's yellow. There's too much stress pressure on here to pull the coupler pin out. It simulates that. So I need to push on the train just a little bit to lessen that pull. And I've got the handbrake on this guy on the left there. I'm not sure. Yeah, this is going to be tough. To judge, because you got these big road locos. Massive power, slow spool time. Are you going to push for me on the train? Here it comes. There it is. Quick, pull the pin. Wanted to join the Depot Plus, but you don't like the regular activity requirement? Yeah. They're pretty serious about it though, which is fine. And they only open applications once in a while because they've already got a lot of people. It's all volunteer. I love the fact that they make their info available publicly, like all their maps and stuff that they make. That's pretty awesome. And I love everything about what they're doing. I just don't, unfortunately, have the time. I never know when I'm going to be able to play. I can't make regular commitments. I'd have to quit YouTube. If I quit doing YouTube, I could probably make the time for it, but yeah, too many other things I want to play. A bit of destructive redecorating, exactly. It was very nearly a problem. Alright, we can go a little faster than this. Now we've got all these tank cars we've got to shove back in here. Various places. Let's see how that works out for us. You got the base game, Jeff? You want to do some yard work or short haul? Yep, that's pretty much what I do. So you got Barstow Yard in the base game. You can do all kinds of switching and humping around that. And I'm trying to remember what... I know there's a bunch of locals that run out of Barstow Yard. I haven't ran over there for a while, so the names are escaping me. You could do a lot in the base game, though. You don't need to buy any extra routes until you're ready for it. Alright, let's go ahead and... yeah, we'll fill that one up first. We didn't get very far without the UMS. Yeah, I pretty much use, except for this route in particular, it comes with a huge PDF and a save file, so it's already set up, and it gives you info on every single local and what they do and what industries they serve. I wish every route in the game did that. It's fantastic. Okay, what am I doing? I need to go backwards. Let's do that. I'm going to leave air on the train to help with braking. Just got an initial reduction, 6 pounds. We're going to start shoving on that. I think I'll just leave it in notch 2, because once those things get to shoving, yeah, we're shoving good. We'll drop that down to notch 1. Did some stuff in the railroader as the dedicated yard master. Cool. It's awfully quiet here at home. Did the wife and daughter ever get back home? I'm checking on the Y360. I'm going to run the train right through the end of the track, probably. Getting distracted. Oh yeah, she got home about 30 minutes ago. Alright, cool. She's being awfully quiet. It's unusual for Mrs. Gerbo. Yeah, these big ES44s, this is going to be tough to get these spotted in the right place, but I shall try. Need to leave probably half a car length between the car and the bumper. So we're going to do slow and steady wins the race. Yeah, what I'm playing right now is an add-on route. It's the Gulf Coast. Whatever's in the title, that's the name of the route at the end there. The far right-hand side of the stream title. It's like Norfolk Southern Phase 1 or something. Let me look at the Norfolk Southern AGS South. There it is. Where's my my webcam? There it is. So I actually printed it out. It comes with this big PDF. It tells you all about the route, all the different locals, what we're doing. It's good stuff. Oops. That was my space bar. If you weren't here earlier, I was flipping back over to the PDF. So this is the the PDF version of that printout. I just printed it out. Sometimes it's easier to reference the printout. But we were running this AB11. I'll rename the stream afterwards, so if you're watching this afterwards, it'll be named for what we're actually doing. But yeah, we're running the AB11, which goes from Norris Yard to the 32nd Street. So it tells you it runs out and back from Norris, handles these industries, and it brings interchange cars from Norris Yard to 32nd Street Yard for the BNSF interchange train. So we're currently working the ERS and DPC. Oh no, it does do BFB. I missed that when I was looking earlier. So we do have to work that one. Whoops. Well, that's why we're learning. All right, I'm going to call that good. Let's set there. I like that option. So let's get our independent brake on. And then we can put how many cars in here? I think we can cut it off. There? 4 cars in here? Oh yeah, I alt-tabbed. I gotta tap alt a couple times. And we're good again. Or that's probably closer than it's supposed to be, but I think for my purposes it's good enough. We'll put some handbrakes on. Close the angle cock. Pull the pin. And we'll ease forward. Back 40 Beer Company. That must be BFB. Oh, I didn't have any set outs for them, but we do need to pick up a couple car or 3 cars there. Got it. That's why I didn't see it in here, because it's not in there. Hey, you're supposed to stop. Who's running this train? Try that again. There we go. Spacebar is being a little weird today. Oh, you were talking about, sorry, Jeff. You were talking to Darren. Gotcha. You're talking about that server. I had to do more than just glance over at chat. Baldwin, Fitzgerald, Savannah, A-Line, and Waycross. I think I have Fitzgerald. I know I have Fitzgerald. I don't think I have any other Southeast maps. It's kind of confusing because I bought the Fitzgerald, but it has a ton of like the A-Line or some other railroad with it. It's kind of confusing. Alright, we gotta just ease back in here. A little close on that one. Not too bad. I could have split these up more, but we'll leave them basically 2 tracks. They can take more cars. Don't slow down too much. Yeah, slow down too much. Maybe I should take off the terrain brakes and just use independence since we've only got like 8 cars now. I'm going to call that close enough. Yeah, we're past the track. Excellent. Throw a couple of handbrakes on. Got some slack. Pull the pin. Okay, that's it for this industry, and then, yeah, I'm gonna have to go get the other one at some point. There we go, that's all worked. We got these gondolas for the other industry down here. I still have mainline authority, so we're just gonna run on down. I'm gonna fly over here and switch the switch so we can work this scrapyard, whatever this is here. I'll set that up as number 5. And sure, it'll be fine. I see a switch here that I didn't clean up as we came out. Sometimes it's fun just to blow the horn. Let's use the orbit cam for a little bit. And then let's see, can I relinquish mainline? To go look at the, I don't know how we get on the branch line for sure. Go take a look. No, we do have to get back on the main line to get on the branch. Is there anybody close to us? He's coming through that way. Yeah, we might want to clear that up for now while we're working this JSI industry. So let's clean that up and we'll talk to Otto real quick. Mainline authority relinquished. Orbit camera is number 4, like above your keys. Not on the numpad, but above your normal keyboard. Number 4. And then WSAD, QE. The normal like shift and control modifiers apply. WS moves you in and out. AD back and forth. QE is tilt. And if you hit 4 again, it drops you on the ground for like a tracking shot. If that makes sense. But I do believe you have to be in the cab. So if I'm outside the cab and I hit 4, nothing happens. So you have to be in the cab and hit the 4 like right above E and R. Hit number 4. That should be the default because I pretty much use all the default keybinds. Alrighty, we need to grab these guys, set them here, and then put these empties back in there. I'm pretty sure that's what we're doing. Let's double check. Yeah, the orbit camera tracks on the... I thought we were picking up 3 cars. Oh no, that was the beer place. Never mind. Yeah, just 2 at Jordan Scrap. Yeah, number 4 sticks with you. So there I hit 4 and it just dropped me to the ground. You have to be in the cab and then hit 4. Let's even throw the switch as we come through. Just for fun. Derp. I was going to show off the orbit camera. Yeah, it can be handy sometimes. It's also nice and cinematic. It's never a good sign on the weekend when your work laptop bloops at you. Let me just see what that is real quick. Gotten called twice this weekend on call, so make sure nothing's going on. Oh, it's just Microsoft being stupid. Alright, cool. Carry on. It's just Microsoft being dumb. Needed to re-authenticate for something. I'll re-authenticate tomorrow when I'm getting back to work. Alright, throw that little switchy, and then we need to hop back on here. Actually, if I'm riding a car and I hit 4. Ah, cool. So we can track on this car. I thought I remembered that being a thing. Okay, reverse. Brakes off. Oh, work calls? Yeah, it's just, I'm sitting right next to my work laptop. It goes bloop. It's just Microsoft is trying to authenticate again. It's timed out on whatever. Teams or Outlook or some crap. I'm on call 24/7. I usually don't get, I get called maybe once a month. It's not a big of a deal. I got called twice this weekend. And one of them is because one of my team members didn't show up and do what he was supposed to do. So, need to have a little chat Monday, tomorrow. Don't say you're going to do something and not do it. It's okay if you can't do it. That's fine. But don't say you can do it and then don't show up. That's bad. And full independent. Nailed it. Okay, that's cool. So if you're riding in a car, you can just hit 4 and you get tracking on that. That is neat. I like it. All right, I'm not going to click anything. I'm just going to hit F5. Doink. You can see that takes the handbrake off. That will release handbrakes on all of your terrain. I don't really need air in these two cars, do I? They're full. They're 100 tons each. Maybe it wouldn't hurt. Maybe it wouldn't hurt. All right, let's do connected. And connected. And closed. No, we're not re-railing them. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. That one's open. Oh, did I not put air in here? I do have air in there. What am I missing here? I feel like I missed something important. These are all hooked up to the train, right? They all have air in them. Why is it not going to the rest of the train? What did I mess up? I'm sure it's my fault. I did something dumb. Oh. These cars already have air in them? No, this one doesn't. Oh, this one's turned off. So it only did the one car. Okay. That's weird. There we go. Now we're seeing airflow like I would expect. Huh. That's really odd. Did I maybe throw the wrong one at some point? I don't know. I'll blame myself. Something happened. Alright, there we go. Everything's full. You got a release, but your reservoir is empty. Fair enough. Let's hop back in the cab. It's loud out there. He's the conductor, it's on him. What do you think about that, Bob? Yeah, that's what I thought. Bob takes no responsibility. He says it's the new guy's fault. Can has brakes. Yeah, we got some brakes coming on. Alright, we'll put 5 on the independent. Make sure all the slacks are run in. Let that come to a stop. He could have said something. You don't know Bob very well. What's up, Jinx Gaming? Howdy, howdy. Here, I'm just going to use the orbit camera. I don't use that enough. These guys are full. We're putting some empties in there. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I don't quite have enough in the reservoir on these guys to get a brake application. These guys, we got plenty. I think we just kind of ease to a stop, though. We'll try initial application on these guys, but I need to shove just a bit. Yeah, there we go. We got plenty past there. Should bring me to a stop. As we come to a stop, I'm going to hit full independent brake. Drop out of the sky. Throw handbrakes on these guys. Did I pick up 3 cars? I think I did. So I was looking at this wrong. I need to push it further. Oh no, that's empty. Never mind. One of the setouts is not the yellow bellies, as I was calling them. So we're good. Hey Mario. Howdy howdy. If I didn't say howdy already. Okay, so we need this guy closed, and we have tension on the... Dadnabbit. We have tension on the dadnabbit. So we gotta push back a little bit. There we go. Pull the pin. Shut up, Bell. Now we just shove the setouts back into the scrapyard there, and we're good to go. Apparently I walk at like 4 miles an hour. Why'd you stop there for? My train handling is terrible. Oh. Like, why isn't it moving? I forgot I took the reverser out of forward. Not giving any amps. That's why it's not moving, genius. Bonk. Was that on the fence? It's been a poster or something there. Oh, it's a building. I thought it was a metal fence. Whoa, slow down there, Speed Racer. Up a little bit of an upgrade, so we're gonna have to use a little throttle, I think, to get it back in here where we need it. Click on the thing. Well, that stopped right now. Nice. What I wanted to do was make sure we didn't have so much slack that we couldn't uncouple. So see if that strategy worked. Also, where's the... Oh, the whole track is the industry. Excellent. So it's going to be spotted anywhere along here. Close that, pull the pin, and we're done. With this set out anyway. I love the Norfolk Southern. We get those coming through my house on the main line. Nice paint scheme. Okay, let's grab these cars to take, well, should we get those on the way back? How do we want to do this? I actually don't know. That's part of what we're figuring out. This is the first time I've ran this local. We're kind of figuring out stuff. So let's just park the engines here for a second. And we'll go take a look. So we do need to get over on the branch line, which is here. And we're going out to, not my file list. We're out to ONS and SMC on the Inslee branch. Okay. Turn industry tags. Well, there's ONS. Those are going to be, so if we go that, we're backing in. Those are going to be facing point. Then SNI. See an SNI. Did I read that wrong? I did indeed. It's SMC, just like it says on the screen. All right, cool. So coming up, we're backing in, and then SMC is trailing point. Oh yeah, I hit tab, so double tap tab, and then we can move again. There are pickups in here. All right, so we need to grab those. I don't have any other set outs. We're just picking up stuff. Got it. So we could back in and grab those, and then what do we do with this guy? Don't have a runaround track to work with, do we? till we get back over to the yard. Or is there something over here? Oh no, further down here there's a runaround track. So we could possibly use that to run around. So back in here, we're picking up 6 cars from a Needles Steel. There's 4. Is there 2 in this building over here? Indeed. Okay, so that's the 6 cars. So we pick up the 6 cars, nose on. You can come down here, run around those 6 cars, and then snag SMC, and then head out. I think that's the play. Am I thinking about that right? Because we were facing this direction. Yeah, so we back in here. We grab those on the nose, run around them, and then reach back in here and get the other cars. All right. We have a plan, people. We have a plan. Is it good to plan? Maybe. I don't know. But we do need to get back out on the main line again. So we're going to have to talk to Otto. The question is, do we come back and get these on the way back out? Or do I take them with me? I say we get those, or I could shove them back right now. It's so awkward having to get on the main for this little short stretch here. I think we'll leave those there for now. Let's just see if we can get out on the main. So, all right, let's hop back in the cab. And I'll just leave that up. Oh, why is my sand on? I guess I hit that button at some point. Whoops. All right, we're in forward. Let's get out of here. Oh no, it turned Bob back on. How did I manage to do that? I forget what the key combo was. It was Alt something. I had to change it. Was it Alt X? That really bothers me way more than it should. I understand that. But it really bugs me that that's on. It was some weird key combo that Linux didn't like. It's like masking the Alt button or something. It was toggle avatars, toggle avatar tags, left Alt F8. Oh, left Alt F8. Nope, does absolutely nothing. Awesome. What if I change that to right Alt F8? You think it would work? So I think Linux is using that because that's switched to Virtual Terminal 8 in Linux land. Clear. Clear. Change. Nope. It just doesn't work. Okay. I have to have it be something else. I have no idea what key is not used. I'll have to look into that. For now, let's just have it be regular old F8. No? Game. You do try my patience at times. Reset all to default. Let me do... What if it's in windowed mode? No, that doesn't work either. It's not letting me do F8 because that's already a screenshot. Can I do F9? Yay! Okay, it's now F9 instead of left alt F8. Life goes on. Sorry about that. On to the branch line. We need to go down here and then talk to Otto. See if he'll let us out on the main line. Also, I should check the traffic and see if anything's coming. We got 34018 down there. Why is he not doing anything? I'm not sure Otto works like 100% on this route. I had them get like stuck and they don't ever go anywhere. You are enabled, yeah. I don't know why he's not giving them any signals. Weird. Unable to issue mainline authority, yeah, because I'm not on the main line. Basically, you have to take the main line and then ask for it. Let's see if he will route me to the Inslee branch. I don't think he will. I don't think he has the capability of doing that. We'll try it. It's all about learning. Notch 8 and Sand. How's it going? I like the username. Alright. Independents are on. So if I bring this back up and I come back over to here, I want to go here. I don't think he can route me there because we're going forward and back. Let's just see what he does. He'd probably say, go up to the next control point. That's his favorite thing to say. Oh? But what? He says okay. Oh yeah, he gave me a signal. Look at that. I'm gonna have to throw the switch, but we can do that. Let's come back over here and drop down. We'll set that to number 1. We'll kind of start over. Let's do the orbit view. That's kind of fun. Yeah, that's what we're going to try, Darren, is selecting that block. And he's going to give us a signal. I don't know that he'll route us there, because normally if you change your reverser direction, he cancels your routing. It's kind of just the way that works. Thought I switched that. Apparently I didn't. Hey, we got a green light. We'll just go up here and we'll back in if he'll let us. Quite the wild upswing and grade here. Okay, we'll clean that up. Now what's he gonna do? If I pull up here, is he gonna route me back there? Whoa, not quite that far down. Okay, so that's, yeah, that's routed that direction. He hasn't thrown the switch yet. I don't expect him to. This is all experimental. So if I put my reverser in reverse, he's probably going to say routing canceled. If he throws the switch, I'll be impressed. No, he's not throwing the... Oh yeah, your routing will be canceled. Yeah. So he can't do that, which I didn't think he could. That's fine. I didn't think he could do that. So if I do this real quick, Inslee branch, undo that. I want to throw the switch. Is it going to let me throw that? I don't think it's letting me throw that. Might have to take over dispatcher duty. Actually, with my reverser in reverse... Oh, maybe too close to it. Is that why it's not switching? Yeah, I think I'm too close to it, Darren, like what you're saying. I think I'm too close to it. Let's pull forward a little bit. I'll just throw it by hand. And we'll get going. I should be able to throw this by hand. Okay. Off. Throw switch. No? There we go. We'll do the shift click override. Alright, let's get off the main. Oh man, something smells amazing. I don't know what Mrs. Kerbo's making for dinner, but it smells good. Okay, we'll throw 10 pounds. That should eventually stop. Shift click that back. Oops. Back over here. Turn auto back on. Oops. That's not what I wanted to do. There we go. Okay. We're off the main. Auto's back in charge. So I think what Darren might have been getting at is I might have been able to pull down past that signal and then gotten auto to route me by having my reverser in reverse. That might also work. All right, let's get back in the old orbit cam and we can admire these beautiful ES44 DCs. Whoa, that's not the right key. That's also not the right key. There you go. Ready for loud? Yeah, auto works pretty well, but he also has very specific things, and that's all he can do. Forget where this industry is. It's up here a little ways. No idea what the speed limit is. Keep about 5 pounds on just to keep the speed under control. We've got quite the downgrade. I think this is the industry, right? Yeah, that looks right. So we want to come down. We can grab these two here and then grab the others. Looks like there's a switch stand right there. We'll grab those on the nose like the plan was, and then we'll run around them and grab the others from the other industry and then head out of here. This is a fun little local. There's a lot to do and you don't have to go very far. Where's the switch? Oh, there it is. The switch stand was behind the bush. I'm like, where's the switch stand? Alright, I don't think orbit cam is going to work too good because we got to go inside of a building, but we'll see how far along we can get. World's biggest switching locomotives here. Be cool if there was some kind of interaction at the industries with these gates, where you could talk to somebody and they'd open the gates or something. It's a little more detail probably than they're ever going to have in Run 8. Alright, let's go ahead and switch into yield cab view. See if we can do this from in here. A little tricky. The big spool time on this monster engine. It's not the right button. A 1% grade up into this lead here. These giant road locomotives are not meant for this. Cheat, use my independent a little bit. Oh, I almost had it. Nailed it. First try. First try on the second attempt. Alright, we just got 2 cars, actually, so I'm going to use the F5 to release the handbrakes. And we should be able to just roll out of here. Right? Yeah, because we're on a 1% grade. Would make a half bad screenshot right there. All right, there's those two cars. We've got 4 more over on the other track. If you weren't here earlier for the plan, we're grabbing these cars nose on. And then there's a little bit of a runaround track we can use down here. We'll run around these cars. And then there's some other pickups on a trailing point. We'll snag those and then we'll be done over here. Thing I forgot to do was clean up that switch over here. Yeah, we're on a... Wow, this whole area is like on a 1% grade. I see traffic here, but we'll make some noise. It's kind of weird because I have to go forward to move the backwards. It probably doesn't make any sense. Used to, the cars being on the back of the train. In this case, they're on the front of the train. All right, into this area, and we should have 4 cars in here to pick up. We're going up a 1% grade here, just like the other one. So if I do orbit cam, I can do orbit cam on this car now, which is cool. Whee! I think there's 4 gondolas up here that we're picking up. So if I come off the brakes, we start slowing down pretty fast. I just got to keep an eye on that. See if I can get it timed right. And I'll probably be stopping here shortly for dinner, just FYI. Because, like I said, I don't know what she's cooking up there, but it smells amazing. It's made it all the way to the basement, and it smells amazing. Oh, and she just said dinner's ready. So let me get hooked onto these cars. And I'll probably run down to the runaround track, and then we can pick up there next time. Because it smells really good, and I can go have dinner with my wife and daughter. Not that you guys aren't awesome, but, family first. Oh, crap. Come on. Shove up the hill. Shove. But not too hard. Oh, I came off the power too early. Come on. It's so close. There it is. All right. Get on the independent. I think all of these are empty. Yeah, they're all empty. I'm not going to bother with the air. All right, back here in orbit mode. I'm not going to need much to get started, since it's 1% downgrade. We should be able to stop this 6 cars on a 1% grade. No problem. Hey Jeff, thanks for dropping in, and thanks for the sub. Yeah, for anybody new here, I don't stream on any kind of regular basis. I just kind of stream when I got a little bit of time, and I had a couple hours here today. So I have been doing YouTube for over a decade. I do a ton of different stuff, you know, simulation, survival, city builders, all kinds of things like that, and it's all organized by playlist for easy viewing. So if you're looking for something to view, you can just go look through the playlists. If you're looking for something specific, just throw that in the search bar, and you should be able to find it. And there's even a playlist of my Run 8 streams if you want to go back and look and see what I've streamed in the past. It's all there. I try to keep stuff somewhat organized for easy viewing. I'm going to remember to clean up my switch this time. But it is dinner time, so I'm going to go down here to the runaround track. Get this thing tied down. And I'll be calling it quits. Get back in orbit view. That'll be easier. We're going backwards, Bob. Alright, that's enough horn. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, Darren. Hope you have a good evening as well. So it looks like I can just tie down the train here, and then we'll be ready to run around next time. We'll finish this up. If not before, I'm hoping to be able to stream on Thursday because I'm actually taking off work. I'll be busy Friday through Sunday, but Thursday is going to hopefully be just a me day. And I will try to get a stream in. That's the plan anyway. Plans could change, but you never know. Alrighty, folks. Sorry for the abrupt end, but there's dinner waiting for me, so hope you have a great rest of your weekend if you got any left. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll catch y'all next time. Take care.